welcome back into the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. We are ready to go here in Kearney, Nebraska for our opening season home opener and our first live stream of the year. My name is Mitchell Brandt. Joined alongside of me tonight is Benaya, and as well our producer tonight, Ryan Dahlke, and our director would be Mason. We have a lone camera operator tonight, Tasha Russell. Normally is the voice of volleyball. She is not here. She's enjoying her senior time, and she will be the camera you likely see from the rowdy section, although she's walking over here, so I'm not sure what she wants. Okay, she's going down there. She just came to say hello. But other than that, we are ready to go here in Kearney as we announce the non-starters. As we once again get started here, Kearney will play Grand Island Northwest, the Vikings. Just moments before, we had our introductions, and we are waiting to get things started here. Again, we have 5 seniors tonight. Kind of hard to read a couple of those. I'll have to look at our roster real quick. Carson Worley, Emma Talbert, Kelsey Dunbar, Tatum Rusher, and Ellie Malin are seniors for this season. And our second season coaching the Kearney High Bearcats, Tyson Anderson, ready to get things going for a second season here in Kearney. This does happen to be Kearney's first home game. They have been on the road a couple times already this season. They had an invitational and as well as a couple away games to start off the regular season. Kearney comes into the season 3-1 with a 3-2 win over North Star. That was a come-from-behind win, I believe. They were down 2-0. They lost to Norfolk 2-0 in a best-of-3 series. They beat Columbus 2-0 in a best-of-3 series, and they beat Yankton in a best-of-3 series 2-0. So Kearney, several sweeps under their belt. Got 2 wins in a row here, ready to make it 3 tonight. It'll be a best-of-5 series. We've got the pep band, the cheerleaders, the dance cats, and a full section of rowdies here tonight. Our 6 starters tonight are Avery Franzen, Paige Milan, Ellie Malin. Those are your back 3. Up in the front, Emma Talbert, Tatum Rusher, and Addison Helmbrecht. Those are your front 3 blockers. We will see Paige Milan be subbed out for Carson Worley as a formality. So Carson Worley will be a starter tonight, the starting libero for Kearney. Worley, one of those seniors. 4 of the 6 starters are seniors this year. Ellie Malin with the first serve. Loft serve, gets it over. Set up, back hit from GI Northwest. Ellie Malin, the hit to Tatum Rusher outside. Blocked. Kearney can't keep it alive, and Grand Island gets the first point of the night. Kearney a little bit, doesn't quite get the hit that they want, gets it blocked and can't react quick enough. As Avery Kershaw comes in for the Vikings. Vikings first serve goes to Rusher. Ellie Malin sets it back to Helmbrecht. Helmbrecht's too hard on her hit, goes out of bounds. And GI Northwest has a 2-0 lead to start things off. Still serving for the Vikings is Macy Middleton. High serve goes back to Avery Franzen. Avery Franzen, the kill leader from last season. Tatum Rusher's hit goes too far and once again out of bounds. Kearney hasn't been able to get a hit to land inside yet as they are down 3-0 here to start. Kearney wants to put something on for these home fans today. Franzen once again digs that serve. Emma Talbert gets the hit and the kill, just a light one, enough to get a point off of a missed touch from GI Northwest. Gives Kearney their first point of the night. Tatum Rusher is back to serve. It's the call from head coach Tyson Anderson. Here's the serve, goes back to the back row. Set to the near side. Just a quick, easy ball for Kearney. Franzen with the hit, and the kill. gets Kearney the point. Franzen once again starting where she left off last season as the kill leader last season and her freshman year before. Tatum Rusher with her serve once again. High ball off the dig. Another free ball for Kearney. Worley set outside. Worley's going to have to give a free ball back after the miss set. Set to the near side. A block from Kearney doesn't go their way. Goes into the net and unable to do anything with it. Grand Island gets the lead once again. Keeps it from being tied. Now has a 4-2 lead. The serve once again from Grand Island. Worley takes the dig from the serve. Set up to Franzen. Franzen with a nice, easy touch over the Vikings side. Vikings with their own hit. Franzen. Out of bounds, too high, too strong. Kearney kind of reacting a little bit too much. Didn't have the greatest set in the world and is going to have to move on. Vikings once again leading 5-2 here in set one. Ellie Malin with the setup to Helmbrecht. Grand Island with a nice, easy touch. Ellie Malin having to go back into the net. Hit off the block and out of bounds. Franzen gets the hit once again. Franzen's got 2 points. Been the reason for 2 points here tonight. Carson Worley back to serve. Milan back in for the Bearcats, taking out Addison Helmbrecht. Blocked by the Bearcats. Doesn't fall to the ground. Page block goes into the net and on the ground. And Kearney loses that one once again. The libero for GI Northwest will be Hannah Fletcher, and she will be back to serve. She is a senior as well. Her serve over. Rusher gets it to Malin. Emma Talbert and Ellie Malin, a bit of miscommunication there. Not quite ready for the set where they got it. So once again results in a Vikings point. Fletcher back to serve once again. Fletcher's serve goes to Rusher. Up to Malin. Franzen with the hit, too strong, out of bounds. Kearney's hits just haven't been very dialed in. And that'll be a timeout taken by head coach Tyson Anderson. We're going to take a quick break as well. You're watching the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank.
Well, my dreams are sweet.
Life is about waking up to a brand new dream. We're the local bank that's with you, wherever it leads, because we're more than a bank in Nebraska. We're Nebraska in a bank. Pinnacle Bank.
Welcome back into the Bearcat Sports Network. Starting this year, follow us on social media. Kearney just starting this program this year. You can stay up to date for what's going on academic activity and athletic wise. To stay up to date with anything activity and athletics, follow at Kearney Bearcats on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And then for anything academic wise, follow the, once again, continuous Kearney High account. But again, that new this year, I am the athletic manager for that account, so I have spent most of my school year already outside at athletic events, but once again, follow along to keep up to date for any athletics and activities. The serve to the Bearcats, Ellie Malin. Up to Emma Talbert, off too high and out of bounds once again. Kearney's hits just have not been able to find anywhere on the court that is within the out-of-bounds lines. Kearney's got to work on it if they want to be able to come back to this game. Down 9-3 here in the first set. Fletcher's serve goes to Worley. Ellie Malin over to Franzen. A double touch violation by Ellie Malin results in a GI Northwest point as they now lead 10-3. Fletcher back to serve still. Fletcher serve. Low and into the net. Service error for Grand Island Northwest. First of the night for either side. Gives Kearney their 4th point as Emma Talbert heads back to serve. Talbert serve. Back to the middle. Grand Island doesn't get the greatest touch. Has to send over a free ball. Talbert Milan hit and in, kill for Paige Milan. Paige gets her first kill of the night, and Kearney's got themselves cut the lead in half, 5-10. I take that back. They just take their lead from only being doubled. They have not cut their lead in half. Talbert serve, back to Fletcher. GI Northwest set to the near side. Dig by Talbert. Franzen sends a free ball over. Set to the near side middle. Franzen can't react quick enough, and that is a kill for GI Northwest. 2 new subs in for Grand Island Northwest. Kiara Casper and Izzy Brumman. Back to serve for the Vikings is Casper, a 5'7" senior. In for the Bearcats, Addie Moore takes out Emma Talbert. Rusher takes the serve. Ellie Malin sets outside to Avery Franzen. Franzen gets a hit, goes off of a Northwest player. What a set of series to keep the ball alive by the Bearcats. And it does not matter, as the Vikings are able to get it once again for a point of their own. Makes it 12-5. Kearney has not had a response for anything here tonight. Hasn't been able to generate much offense. Back to serve still would be Casper. Worley receives the serve. Ellie Malin sets, just sides to dump it. Fletcher takes that dig. Set to the near side. Worley takes that dig. Ellie Malin once again decides to dump it off to the GI Northwest side. Worley, a dig again. Ellie Malin sets to Franzen on the far side. Franzen just taps it over. Casper with that dig. Fletcher now sets it up in the middle. Fletcher's going to get called for a 2-tap violation. Kearney gets their lead up to gets the lead down to 6 for the Vikings. Franzen back to serve for the Bearcats. Addie Moore, Carson Worley, Ellie Malin, Tatum Rusher, and Paige Milan on the court for the Bearcats. Worley with that dig. Ellie Malin sets outside to Tatum Rusher. Tatum hit, wonderful dig by Grand Island Northwest. Fletcher sends that one back over. Addie Moore with the dig. Ellie Malin sets outside to Tatum Rusher. Tatum taps it over. Fletcher sets outside. A missed block, and Kearney has the ball fall to the ground off of that block. Grand Island's got 13, and Kearney's got 6 here in set 1. As Whitney Lohman will serve for Grand Island Northwest. Lohman serve. Franzen takes the dig. Ellie Malin sets inside to Rusher. Rusher hit. Fletcher with the dig. Casper sets outside. An off-balance hit. Worley still digs it. Rusher's hit, no problem for the Vikings. Into the net. Kearney gets the point. Addison Helmbrecht in for Carson Worley. Worley heads to the bench. Paige Milan back to serve. Milan serve. Kearney, Ellie Malin sets to Helmbrecht in the middle. Casper with the dig. Fletcher sets outside. Off balance hit by Rhodes. Franzen back row hit. Out of bounds. Off. No one able to touch it. Carson Worley comes back in for Paige Milan. In for the Vikings, number 20. Akana Stopaki. Excuse me if I butcher that. A serve off the net, gets the ace. That serve coming from Taylor Jabowski. Kearney down 8 against Grand Island Northwest, 15-7. Taylor serve. Goes to Addie Moore. Miscommunication by Carson Worley into Ellie Malin. Results in the ball hitting the ground, and once again, timeout by head coach Tyson Anderson. We will take that break as well. You're watching the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank.
There's no place quite like our middle of everywhere. We're the bank that'll help you celebrate everything it brings. Because we're more than a bank in Nebraska. We're Nebraska in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
back into the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. We do realize we have a couple mistakes on our scoreboard. We are working to try and fix those. It is set 1, not set 5, if that's what it says. I think it says set 1, but it shows its score is 2-2. We are working to try and fix that. Taylor serve. Dug by Addy, out of bounds. Ace serve once again by Taylor. Kira Dutenhofer also in for the Bearcats, including Sophie Vanderbeek as well. Kearney down by 10. The serve into the net by Taylor. A service error. 2 service errors for GI Northwest, but that has not stopped them at all tonight. Emma Talbert comes in for Addie Moore, and Fletcher for GI Northwest comes in, taking out Taylor. Ellie Malin serve. Kaspers set, and the kill by McKenna, excuse me. McKenna, a junior. Middleton in to serve for the Vikings. Dutenhofer takes the dig from the serve. Vanderbeek out of bounds with the slide, doesn't get it inbounds. Kearney's got to work on forcing Grand Island to make a defensive play. Kearney has not been doing that, just rather than the ball going out of bounds. Franzen with the setup to Dutenhofer. Dutenhofer with a back row hit. Goes back to Fletcher. The set up. Franzen gets the dig. Net violation by Sophie Vanderbeek. Gives the point to the Vikings, 20-8 now. Franzen with the missed dig, excuse me. No one there to get the set. Kearney down 21-8. Anderson trying to get through to his team, trying to figure this out. Franzen with the dig. Ellie Malin sets up to Vanderbeek. Vanderbeek too far outside with the set. Forces her into the net. 22-8. Kearney likely, I will say, will not win this set, as they will just have to give up on this one and do their best in the next set, as it is 22-8. Kearney trying to salvage as much as they can and get all these errors out now. Worley. Hit by Helmbrecht, gets the kill. The hit went towards Middleton. Middleton couldn't dig it. And Helmbrecht gets the kill. Tatum Rusher comes in, taking out Kira Dutenhofer. Rusher back to serve for the Bearcats. Rusher's serve. Grand Island gets a hit on the outside. Worley set to Franzen. Franzen with the hit. Back row. Set to the near side and the hit. Rusher gets the dig. Ellie Malin set to Vanderbeek. Grand Island sets to the far side. Block out of bounds. Going off of Franzen and Helmbrecht, 23-9. Michaela Rhodes just back to serve for the Vikings. Gets it to Rusher. Franzen gives a free ball over. Set didn't quite go the way they want. Middle hit and out of bounds off the block. Vikings have set point, leading 24-9. Michaela Rhodes back to serve to put this one away for the Vikings here in set 1. Worley digs it up to Ellie Malin. Franzen with the touch. GR Northwest with the hit. Franzen, the hit, and a good dig by the back row. Kearney gets the point off of a 2-touch violation. Paige Mylan in, taking out Addison Helmbrecht. Kearney makes double digits here in set 1. Worley serve. Lohman's hit. Great dig by Ellie Malin. Franson sends a free ball over. Set to the outside. Miscommunication by Grand Island Northwest between Avery Kershaw and McKenna Stapati, excuse me. Still working on those names. Worley serve goes to Fletcher. Set to the outside. Michaela hit as a missed touch. Rusher unable to recover and get there. Grand Island wins set 1, 25-11. Kearney looks to regroup heading into set number 2. We'll be right back here on the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. Into Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. There once again is the information for the activities and athletics, as well as the Kearney High social media pages new this year. To stay up to date on all activities and athletics, follow at Kearney Bearcats on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for your live final scores and to keep up to date week by week. We get ready here to go in set number 2. We do have an issue with our score bug. Grand Island Northwest leads 1-0, unlike the score bug may suggest, saying they lead 3-2. We have a new system today, and we still have not figured it quite out. We are working on that. We'll get it fixed by football on Friday, which is our next broadcast. Grand Island Northwest serve goes into the net. That serve coming from Macy Middleton. Northwest, the only ones with serving errors. However, they are the ones that have served the most tonight, and it's not close at all. Ellie Malin. Serve goes to Fletcher in the back row.
Looks like Kearney High is gaining a little bit of tension here.
Yeah, Kearney wants to get off on the right foot. They did not do that at the beginning of the first set. as they do want to get off to a better start with potentially a lead. Actually, this is their first lead of the night. The set outside with the kill. Grand Island Northwest gets the kill. Michaela Rhodes back to serve for the Vikings. Kearney ahead 2-1 here in set number 2. Again, Vikings score one set number 1. With the score now 1-0. Ellie Malin sets to Franzen on the outside. Franzen, Fletcher gets the dig for the Vikings. Worley, Ellie Malin sets outside to Emma Talbert. Talbert, dig, goes back against Rhodes. And a kill for McKenna. Brings it to 2-2. Ties things up here in set number 2. Rhodes back to serve once again. Tatum Rusher. Ellie Malin sets outside to Franzen. Franzen with the kill off the block. Gives the lead back to the Bearcats. Franzen will be back to serve. On the floor right now for the Bearcats. Avery Franzen back to serve. Worley and Malin in the back row. Paige Milan, Tatum Rusher, and Emma Talbert in the front row. Lohman's hit, gets the kill on the outside. Whitney Lohman gets another one, a 5'7" senior. McKenna heads to the bench. Fletcher back to serve for the Vikings. Fletcher serve. Too far, out of bounds. Another service error as Kearney regains the lead 4-3. Back and forth here. Addison Helbrecht in for the Bearcats, taking out Carson Worley. Paige Milan with the serve. Milan set to the middle. Out of bounds.
Kearney deepens the lead to 5-3.
Yeah, Kearney's able to make their lead here. They will take that point off, and it will go to Northwest instead. I believe potentially a net violation that was not initially called. So it goes back tied 4-4. Casper with the serve for Grand Island Northwest. Casper's serve. Ellie Malin sets to Helmbrecht in the middle. Blocked by Northwest. Tatum Rusher has the hit on the outside. Gets the kill off the block on the outside. Kearney has now up to 5. Emma Talbert to serve for Kearney.
Looks like they wanted to get that point that they just lost.
Yeah, Kearney lost the point that they thought they had won. Gets it taken away, and they get it back here quickly. Emma Talbert serve. Goes to the back row. Taylor's hit. Worley taken out by Malin. Kearney out of position. Recovers here. 2 touches. Relief for Kearney as they 2 of them on the floor. Malin a bit all over the place, running in, trying to set the ball. Emma Talbert back to serve for Kearney. Fletcher has the dig. Casper sets to the middle. Worley with that dig. Set outside to Rusher. Rusher's hit dug by Northwest. And the hit and the kill by Whitney Lohman. Lohman didn't need a hard-hitting hit to get the kill, but she does, regardless, get it. Lohman will also be back to serve. Lohman's serve goes to Franzen. Ellie Malin sets to Rusher. Rusher with the hit. Fletcher. Now it's Casper. The block doesn't matter. Michaela Rhodes hits it through the block anyway, gets the kill, ties it up at 6. Lohman back to serve once again. Worley, missed touch out of bounds. gives the Vikings the first lead of set number 2. Kearney keeping this one much more competitive than they did in the first set. Lohman back to serve once again. Worley, Malin sets to Rusher. Rusher, back row hit. Casper sets in the middle.
Kearney brings it back to tie at 7-7.
The hit by Taylor Jabowski.
This has been a much closer set than the previous one.
Rusher serve. Fletcher gets the free ball over. Ellie Malin sets to Rusher. Rusher with the hit, goes to Fletcher with the dig. Set outside to Rhodes. Rhodes gets it off the block, and it goes out of bounds. Point GI Northwest. Northwest regains the lead, 8-7. Michaela Rhodes and just the entire front line for Kearney has done really well. For Grand Island has done really well today. Served by Northwest. Addie Moore receives the serves. Ellie Malin sets it up. Franzen sends that one over. Worley gets to Malin. Malin sets up for Helmbrecht. Helmbrecht gets a nice, easy touch over. But Grand Island Northwest can't get there, and Helmbrecht gets the kill. Brings it to 8-8. Worley back to serve for Kearney as Paige Milan will relieve Helmbrecht. Worley serve. Too strong as Lohman dove out of the way. Doesn't get a touch on it. So GI Northwest point. Back to serve and into the game, Macy Middleton. Middleton, serve, goes to Moore. Ellie Malin sets to Franzen on the far side. Franzen into the net. Point goes to the Vikings. Kearney, once again, too high in that first set, coming a little bit, has brought their hits down. Most of them have done well and landed in. However, they have had a few into the net. Middleton serve. Goes to Moore. Moore unable to dig it. Ace serve by Macy Middleton. Vikings extending their lead to 11-8, biggest lead of the set so far. Grand Island leads 1-0. Middleton. Serve goes to Franzen. Ellie Malin sets to Franzen. Franzen gets the kill. Gets Kearney up to 9 points here in the second set. Emma Talbert comes in for Addie Moore as Ellie Malin is back to serve for the Bearcats. Coach Anderson able to get Kearney back under control just a little bit as Ellie Malin receives the free ball. Rusher sets to Franzen. Franzen gets the hit, diving dig by Lohman, sends the ball over. Milan gets the set from Malin, blocked by GI Northwest. Franzen with the hit, has to send it over to, hits it twice though, off the block. Two strong blocks by Grand Island Northwest gives them the point here, 12-9 now here in the second set. Back to serve once again is Michaela Rhodes. Franzen. Back to Franzen from Malin. Excuse me. Yeah, Malin. Ellie Malin sets it up to Avery Franzen. Franzen just taps it over. Lohman gets the hit. Worley sets it up to Franzen. Franzen with the hit off the touch, out of bounds. Kearney gets the kill off the touch of both Michaela Rhodes and, I believe, Avery Kershaw up at the net. Cuts the lead down to 2. Franzen back to serve still. Franzen serve. Finds the back row. Fletcher. Milan sets it up for Rusher. Rusher hit, doesn't go far enough down the line, stays on Kearney's side, gives the point to the Vikings, 13-10. In for the Vikings is number 14, Taylor Jakbowski. Serving for the Vikings, number 1, Hannah Fletcher. Fletcher's hit goes to Worley. Ellie Malin sets to Rusher. Rusher gets the kill as Michaela Rhodes was not quite able to get there.
Grand Island seems to be really wanting to keep this lead, but Kearney is not making it easy for him.
And Kearney has certainly brought things in much closer compared to the first set, where Grand Island won 25-11. The set to near side, out of bounds.
Kearney closens the lead even more, 12-13.
Once again, Grand Island thought maybe they had a point. They do not. Paige Milan back to serve. Her serve goes to Fletcher. Franzen has it. Malin sets to Rusher. Ellie Malin doesn't get enough on it. It still goes behind her. Vikings lead 14-12. Karsten Worley checks back in, taking out Paige Milan. Vikings will send in two of their own, Casper and Berman. Casper back to serve. Ellie Malin.
Franzen.
Block the hit from Madison Helmbrecht blocked. Kearney not able to do anything else with it. Will give Vikings the point. Casper back to serve once again.
Brings it back to a 3-point lead for the group.
Head coach Tyson Anderson decides to call a timeout here quick. We're going to take this one as well. You're watching the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. We are here in Kearney, Nebraska, as Vikings lead 15-12. In set number 2, the Vikings have a 1-0 lead on via sets against the Bearcats. Casper will serve for the Vikings. Kearney awaiting the serve. Casper's serve goes to Rusher. Ellie Malin gets there. Back to Rusher. Rusher with the hit. Goes to Lohman. Casper sets up to the back row. Gets it to Rhodes. Rhodes gets the kill off of a touch from Franzen. Casper once again to serve. Vikings leading 16-12. Kira Dutenhofer is going to come in, relieving Tatum Rusher. Kira Dutenhofer, a junior, as Casper is back to serve. That serve too long once again, and Kearney will serve. Emma Talbert serving for the Bearcats. Talbert, a senior. Talbert's serve goes to Rhodes. Casper sets up to Lohman. Talbert gets the set. Set up to Helmbrecht from Malin, gets the kill off the block. Kearney down by 2. Bearcats 14, Vikings 16. Talbert's serve goes to Rhodes. Casper sets outside. Franzen with the dig. Ellie Malin sets to Kira Dutenhofer. Dutenhofer too high, out of bounds. Kearney will make a substitution. Number 2, Addie Moore, in for number 7, Emma Talbert. Back to serve is Lohman. Lohman serve into the net. Kearney gets it up to 15, lead back down to only 2. Here in set number 2, back in for the Bearcats, number 23, Tatum Rusher. Rusher back to serve as well. Rusher's serve. Goes to Fletcher. Casper sets it out to Rhodes. Ellie Malin sets to Franzen. Franzen with the kill. What a hit. Bearcats now down by 1, 16-17. Franzen with a monster kill. Rusher once again back to serve. Rusher serve. Too long, just by a couple inches. And it will be out of bounds. Service error number 1 for Kearney, I believe, as Bearcats are down 16-18 to the Vikings here in set number 2. Rusher. Malin sets it outside to Franzen. Franzen taps it over. Casper gets the dig. Set outside to Rhodes. Rhodes into the net. Too low. Kearney
keeping it close here with 17-18.
Yeah, Kearney doing much better. This says Paige Milan comes in, taking out Addison Helmbrecht. Kearney doing much better, keeping things close, as their last set was 25-11. Worley, too strong, another service error number 2, back-to-back for chances at serving. Vikings 19, Bearcats 17. Kearney needs to work back to get this lead. Vikings have had the lead for a while, just hasn't been able to get anything. Been awfully close, haven't been able to expand their lead tonight. The serve by Grand Island Northwest by Macy Middleton into the net. Emma Talbert coming in for Addie Moore. Ellie Malin back to serve for the Bearcats. Ellie Malin this week committed to UNK to play volleyball. The set to the near side for Grand Island. Franzen gets it over. Fletcher sets to the far side. Kill by number 21, Avery Kershaw. Grand Island leads 20-18. Kershaw gets that kill once again. Back to serve, number 15, Michaela Rhodes. Rhodes serve too far. Many service errors coming back here late here in set number 2. Avery Franzen back to serve. Franzen serve. Goes to Rhodes. Kearney gets the block, but Northwest able to get a hit on it. But that hit goes out of bounds.
That brings it to a tie, 20-20, Bearcats and Vikings.
Yeah, Kearney once again has things tied as Grand Island Northwest is going to call a timeout. Lindsay Harder's seen something she wants to change. We're going to take that break as well. You're watching the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank.
There's no place quite like our middle of everywhere. We're the bank that'll help you celebrate everything it brings. Because we're more than a bank in Nebraska. We're Nebraska in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
Back to the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. We are here once again, here in set number 2, tied at 20 all. Avery Franzen back to serve. Franzen serve, goes to Rhodes. The set to Lohman on the near side, goes through the arms of Talbert and Milan and to the floor.
Vikings take the lead again, but Bearcats are keeping it very close.
Yeah, Lohman gets the kill. Fletcher back to serve for the Vikings. Fletcher's serve goes to Carson Worley. Milan just taps it over the net. And the hit goes into the net. I am not familiar with my terminology, but there's a violation by Kira Dutenhofer. Dutenhofer doesn't like it. Point at their wrist, not exactly sure. I'm not an expert in that field. Fletcher's serve. Goes to Dutenhofer. Worley sets it up to Dutenhofer. Dutenhofer's hit. Fletcher hits it. Malin.
Franzen gets it over.
Kearney fans want to lift. They're not going to get it. Worley sets to Dutenhofer. Dutenhofer's hit goes to Fletcher. They're now in Northwest. Sets to Lohman. Gets the block. Fletcher once again brings it up. Big point, excuse me. Dutenhofer's strong hit goes into the block. Back row hit.
Setting up Dutenhofer again.
Fletcher digs it once again. A dump. Ellie Malin's there though. Worley sets it up for Dutenhofer. Dutenhofer's hit. And the kill by Dutenhofer. What a point by Kearney.
Fantastic
Kearney
point.
gets it through after a long point. Doesn't get the early call they want, but they persevere and get it anyways.
Bringing it back to a 1-point difference game.
Kearney down by 1, 21-22 here in the second set. Kearney's got to get some points back here. Milan serve goes to Fletcher. Set to Lohman. Lohman doesn't get it in the right spot. Ellie Malin sets to Talbert. Talbert gets it in. What a kill. Kearney brings it up to 22-22. We are tied here at the end of set number 2.
And Island takes timeout.
And Lindsey Harder is going to take another timeout. We'll take that one as well. You're watching the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank.
There's no place quite like our middle of everywhere. We're the bank that'll help you celebrate everything it brings. Because we're more than a bank in Nebraska. We're Nebraska in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
Bearcat Sports Network brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. Kearney has things tied up here late in set number 2 with Paige Milan back to serve for the Bearcats. Milan serve. Dutenhofer gets the dig. Malin.
Just barely tapped
Malin
over.
Gets it.
Bearcats take the lead for the first time in a little while, 23-22.
Yeah, Kearney gets the lead back in a long time since before at the beginning of the set. Milan back to serve once again. Fletcher receives the serve. Kershaw. The block out of bounds. The hit coming from, I believe, Lohman. Casper and Berman coming in once again. Things tied up 23-23. Casper back to serve for the Vikings. The righty section letting her hear it. Casper, her serve goes to Dutenhofer. No one there. Ellie Malin can't get to that. That's an ace serve.
Vikings take the lead once again, 24-23.
Kearney's going to call a timeout here with the Vikings having set point. We're going to take that one as well. You're watching the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. Welcome back to the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. Set point for the Vikings. Kearney down by 1 here in set number 2. They're going to need 3 straight if they want to win it outright. And for set number 2, Casper serve goes to Franzen. Ellie Malin sets to Helmbrecht. Helmbrecht gets a hit on it. Fletcher digs it. Ellie Malin sets to Talbert. Talbert, her hit goes to Casper. Fletcher's going to have to send a free ball over. Franzen has it. Ellie Malin
sets it up for
Dudenhofer. It goes into the net. Kearney, GI Northwest never touched it. And that is set number 2. And Vikings win set number 2, 25-23. Kearney, a much better job here in set 2, is going to have to regroup and win 3 straight if they want to escape here with a win. With that being said, we're going to take a quick break. You're watching the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. Back to the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. Northwest takes the lead 2-0 here heading into the 3rd set. Kearney hoping to avoid a sweep.
Kearney has gotten better throughout the two sets that we've played so far.
Yeah, Kearney lost the first set 25-11, second set 25-23, so it is a major improvement by Kearney, as Ellie Malin will be back to serve. Malin serve. Goes to Rhodes. Casper sets to Rhodes. Rhodes gets the hit. Ellie Malin digs that. Franzen with the hit. Bouncing around in the rafters. Fletcher gets it. Free ball sent over by Rhodes. Rusher. Malin gets the set and the kill by Emma Talbert. Talbert gets the hit, giving the Bearcats the lead 1-0 here in set number 3. Kearney setting the example here early in set number 3, trying to regroup and get a set to themselves here. Kearney's got to win outright if they want to win overall tonight. Rhodes gets the dig. Casper sets it up to Lohman. Lohman's hit goes to Rusher. Ellie Malin sets to Franzen. Franzen's hit goes into the block. Worley. Franzen again with the hit. Out of bounds. We're tied back at 1 apiece. On the court for the Bearcats, Ellie Malin, Tatum Rusher, Carson Worley. Those are your back 3. front three.
It looks like the Bearcats actually got that point.
They may appear to have been a net violation, but your front three are Emma Talbert, Avery Franzen, and Paige Milan. Ellie Malin serve. Casper sets outside. Rusher. Franzen gets the dig. Excuse me, but the set. Casper sets outside to Rhodes. Blocked by the Bearcats. Fletcher sets it up to Lohman. Lohman's hit doesn't have enough juice on it. Doesn't get over the net. Kearney's
Bearcats
got a
widen the lead, 3-0.
Three-point swing here for the Bearcats. On the court for the Vikings, number 12, Macy Middleton. Number 1, Hannah Fletcher. Number 10, Whitney Lohman. Number 15, Michaela Rhodes. Not exactly sure what just happened. No explanation given.
Serve goes to the Vikings instead of the Bearcats, and the Vikings get a point as well.
Not sure what happened at all.
Nor am I. Serve goes to Franzen. Franzen gets it
with
over.
the light touch.
Franzen gets the kill.
Restating that why we have no idea what happened, but probably we are going to disagree with the call as we are a home team broadcast, but we are going to disagree with that call any day of the week. Not sure what happened. Franzen serve goes to Fletcher. The hit too far out of bounds
Bearcats
by
now
Avery Kershaw.
Bearcats now have the widest lead they've had this entire game so far.
Franzen once against to serve. Franzen serve. Fletcher. The hit by Rhodes. Worley sets to Talbert. Talbert's hit. Fletcher with the dig. Lohman with the back row hit. Franzen digs it. Talbert, that'll be a double touch as she hits it twice, doesn't quite get her hand set right. Served by Rhodes, Dutenhofer. Talbert's gonna send a free ball over. The kill by number 20, McKenna Stopotki.
Vikings closing the lead by 2 points.
Kearney now leads 5-3. Rhodes has the serve. Rhodes' is serve. Worley receives the serve. Malin sets to Milan. Milan taps it over Fletcher. Sets to Lohman. Franzen digs that. Elliot Malin sets to Kira Dutenhofer on the far side. Dutenhofer's hit. Kershaw sets to Lohman. Franzen digs that to Worley, keeps that alive. Franzen sets it back over. Fletcher. Kearney fans very upset as that was just a hit into the net. No touch at all from Kearney. Head coach Tyson Anderson very upset with some of these calls here in the third set. And very, very much so. And that should have been 4 hits. Kearney player did not touch it. Ellie Malin sets to Milan. Milan just has to send that free ball over. Kershaw set to Rhodes. Out of bounds.
Bearcats don't want to give that lead up, bringing it up to 6-4.
6-4 lead for the Bearcats. Now the Northwest Vikings are upset about that call as it was called out of bounds. Milan serve. Received by Fletcher. Kershaw set and kill by McKenna Stopotki. Fletcher will head back to serve. Hannah Fletcher serving for the Vikings. Bearcats lead 6-5. Fletcher serve. Franzen receives the serve. Ellie Malin sets to Kira Dutenhofer. Kira, her hit goes to Fletcher. Set outside to Lohman. Lohman's hit gets the kill. Finds the ground.
Ties it up 6-6.
Once again, it ties it up 6-6. Kearney regrouping here, trying to get something out of this. Fletcher back to serve once again. Dudenhofer receives the serve. Malin sets to Talbert. Lohman's hit goes to Franzen. Ellie serves to Dudenhofer. Ellie Malin serves once again. Now goes to Talbert. The block by the Vikings by number 10, Lohman.
Vikings
and as
take
well
the lead,
as
7-6.
Taylor Jakbowski, I believe, the assist with that block. Sophie Vanderbeek in for the Bearcats. Hannah Fletcher back to serve once again. Vikings have a 7-6 lead. That serve out of bounds.
Bearcats tie it up again, 7-7.
It's again the Northwest having a large majority of these service errors. Talbert serve goes to Rhodes. Kershaw sets it over. Malin. Franzen sets to Dudenhofer. Dudenhofer gets the kill
Right off
through the block. Kearney gets the lead, 8-7. Emma Talbert back to serve once again for the Bearcats. Gets the call from Tyson Anderson. Talbert's serve goes to Fletcher. Kershaw sets to Lohman. Kearney keeps it alive. Vikings celebrated too early, has to regroup. Malin sets to Franzen. Franzen.
I don't know.
Again, not entirely sure on the calls. Our resident expert is in the rowdy section tonight. Casper will serve as we are tied here at 8. Casper has done a wonderful job serving for the Vikings tonight. Addie Moore receives that. Ellie Malin sets to Kier Dudenhofer. Dudenhofer with the kill. Monster kill by Dudenhofer.
9-8.
Kearney gets the lead, 9-8. Dudenhofer's got the gym loud once again. Tatum Russell will be back to serve for the Bearcats. Rowdies once again with their somewhat creative chants. Fletcher has to send a free ball over. Ellie Malin sets up to Vanderbeek. Vanderbeek with the kill. No one there. Kearney's got 2 kills in a row. Kearney leads 10-8, and it's loud here once again. Sophie Vanderbeek gets that kill. Rusher back to serve once again. Rusher's hit. Serve, excuse me. Casper sets it, and the block by Sophie Vanderbeek and Ellie Malin. Ellie Malin gets the assist. Kearney's got the lead, 11-8.
Grand Island does not seem very happy about this.
Kearney with one of their best strings of points tonight. Rusher back again to serve once again. Kearney's got the most momentum they've had all night. Casper with the set. Malin keeps it alive. Worley doesn't find it. Can't get the ball over.
Vikings close the lead up a little bit, 11-9.
Bearcats up 11-9 here in set 3. Vikings have a 2-0 set lead. Our set lead on the scoreboard is wrong. As Lohman's serve goes too far, it'll be another service error. Bearcats have it, the lead, 12-9. Vanderbeek comes out. Carson Worley back to serve for the Bearcats. Worley's serve goes to Fletcher. Casper sets it up. And the kill through the block by number 14, Taylor Jakbowski. Fletcher will come out as well. Brought in McKenna Stopaki to replace her. Taylor Jakbowski back to serve for the Vikings. Kearney up 12-10. That serve too long. Several service errors in this set alone by Grand Island Northwest as Fletcher comes back in
And Bearcats
for the
once lead.
Vikings.
Bearcats once again take the lead 13-10.
Yeah, Kearney's maintaining their lead, hoping to expand with Ellie Malin back at the service line. Malin's serve. Casper with the set. The hit too far and goes out of bounds. Into the net though by the Bearcats. Simple error. Kearney just killed themselves, shot themselves in the foot with little errors like that. Coach Tyson Anderson's just trying to calm Kearney down, just saying, let's get past this, let's keep going. Out of bounds once again. Service error by the Vikings. 3 straight on their past serves have all been service errors. Maintaining Kearney's momentum. Kearney with a 14-11 lead. Kearney's already had a come from behind victory this season. Franzen. The set by Kershaw. Franzen with the dig. Ellie Malin sets to Emma Talbert. Talbert taps it over. Kershaw sets to Lohman. Worley.
Sets to Dudenhofer.
And a monster kill. Kearney with the lead once again, 15-11. Dudenhofer gets the kill. And that'll be a timeout. Kearney's going to take, Grand Island's going to take a quick timeout. You're watching the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank.
Well, all my dreams are sweet.
Life is about waking up to a brand new dream. We're the local bank that's with you, wherever it leads, because we're more than a bank in Nebraska. We're Nebraska in a bank. Pinnacle Bank.
Back to the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. Franzen back to serve for the Bearcats. Franzen serve goes to Rhodes, missed touch. Northwest recovers though. Malin sets it up to Talbert. Talbert with the kill once again. Kearney gets the lead up to 5. Now 16-11. Kearney with a huge swell of momentum here in set number 3 after being down 2-0. Franzen. Her serve goes to Fletcher. And that's an ace for Franzen. Kearney building on that momentum. That timeout has not helped by GI Northwest. Now 17-11.
Great serve from Kearney.
Yeah, Franzen once again. Not much else way to put that. Just an amazing serve. Just in the right spot. Franzen. Another ace serve. 2 in a row. Franzen's putting him in the right spot. Keeping the momentum with Kearney. Kearney's got their biggest lead of the night, up by 7 here, 18-11. Franzen continues to serve. Ace number 3 in a row. Make that 3 in a row once again. Franzen with another ace serve. And make that another timeout by Grand Island Northwest. Kearney with a huge swell momentum here in set number 3. We're going to take that break as well. You're watching the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank.
Well, all my dreams are sweet.
Life is about waking up to a brand new dream. We're the local bank that's with you, wherever it leads, because we're more than a bank in Nebraska. We're Nebraska in a bank. Pinnacle Bank.
Bearcat Sports Network. Kearney's got all the momentum here in set number 3. Franzen's got 3 aces in a row. We'll see if she can add on to that after the second consecutive timeout by GI Northwest. Kearney has consecutively gotten better as the night has gone on. First set losing 25-11, second set 25-23. And they've got the lead here in set number 3. And that's another ace serve, make that 4 in a row. Franzen having a night. 4 aces in a row.
Franzen is on a roll right now. She is not missing a single beat.
Northwest defense has not been there tonight as here in set number 3. Franzen's got 4. Again, see if she can add on. Franzen just out of bounds, almost had her 5th in a row, but out of bounds by about a couple inches.
Bearcats still in the lead by 8 points, 20-12.
Kearney needs 5 to close this out. Last season they had issues closing sets out when they were in the lead. We'll see if that has changed this season. Served by the Vikings. Worley gets that. Malin sets it up to Dutenhofer. Dutenhofer with the hit just out of bounds by a foot. Big hit by Dutenhofer going for the kill shot. Kearney's still got the lead by 7, 20-13. The serve once again by the Vikings. Out of bounds, another service error. With the exception of their last serve, I believe 4 of the last 5 serves by, or it's 3 of the last 4 serves. Actually, I think it's 4 of the last 5 serves for the Vikings have all been service errors, resulting in points for the Bearcats. Paige Mylan back to serve. Kershaw. Mylan gets the dig. Talbert with the hit. Lohman gets a hit. Dutenhofer is able to dig it, but no one there to receive it. Dutenhofer kept it alive, but Kearney just out of position, didn't have it. 21-14 here in set number 3. Fletcher back to serve. Again, a solid server for the Northwest Vikings. Franzen, a dump by Malin. Malin sets Talbert too far behind. It doesn't matter, it's still the kill for Talbert as it goes off of the arm of Northwest. Talbert will be back to serve, 22-14 in favor of the Bearcats. Talbert again serving.
Great playing by Kearney in this last set right here.
Kershaw. Franzen. Malin to Vanderbeek. Vanderbeek with the hit, still received by Rhodes. Lohman with the hit and the kill. Franzen gets a hand on it, but nothing else. Casper and Berman checking in for the Vikings. Several calls have not gone the way of the Bearcats here in set number 3, but that has not fazed them at all, as Kearney has one of their bigger leads of the night. Casper back to serve. Worley. Free ball coming over by Vanderbeek. Fletcher. Casper sets it. And the point from the block from Vanderbeek. 23-15.
That was a great block from Kearney right there.
Vanderbeek using her height. They have her in at, if I can find it here, 6'1". Rusher. Serve. Lohman with the hit. Kearney able to still maintain as they're able to get over. Casper with the hit and the kill by number 14, Taylor Jakbowski. Lohman back to serve. Bearcats with the lead, 23-16. Lohman back to serve, trying to keep things alive for the Bearcats. Worley receives the serve. Ellie Malin sets to Franzen on the far side. Franzen with the kill once again. Franzen having a monster third set, 24-16. Set point, Bearcats.
Kearney with their first set point right now.
Paige Mylan's going to come in for Sophie Vanderbeek. Carson Worley to finish things off as the crowd will come to their feet here for set point here in set number 3.
Rowdies are getting very excited right now.
Carson Worley serve. Casper sets to Rhodes. Rhodes hit, dug by Carson Worley. Addie Moore sets to Franzen. Franzen gets a free ball over. Casper sets to Rhodes. Out of bounds, off a touch. Vikings get the point, 17-24, down by 7. Checking in for the Vikings, McKenna Stapaki taking out their libero, Fletcher. Back to serve is Taylor Jakbowski. Jakbowski. Ellie Malin serves to hit with Franzen, Ellie Malin sets once again to Franzen. Franzen taps it over, and that's the set for Kearney. Kearney gets the lead 25-17.
Kearney taking their first set point right here.
Kearney wins set number 3. Northwest still leads 2-1. We will be right back here after a short break. You're listening to the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. Welcome back into the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. Some scores from around Kearney High Athletics. Varsity softball drops both doubleheaders, 12-0 in game number 1 and 11-3 in game number 2 against GI Northwest. They are both at GI Northwest as they will start their trip back home.
Bearcats probably pretty happy right now. They just won their first set.
Yeah, Kearney with a whole bunch of momentum here. Heading into set number 4, they need to win out if they want to win tonight.
Absolutely, they've just been getting better and better each set they've played.
Kearney will meet to huddle up real quick in the middle. It'll be, I believe, a Viking serve. Yes, it will be a Viking serve. Macy Middleton. Rusher gets the serve. Ellie Malin sets outside to Milan. Milan doesn't get the hit over. Doesn't quite keep the momentum going for Kearney. Just those little errors for Kearney have been what shot them in the foot all season last year. Serve again by Middleton. Franzen with a miss hit. Kearney starting off cold from their last set. Vikings get 2 straight here with an ace. Macy Middleton to serve once again. Franzen. Set outside to Franzen. Franzen with the kill. Monster hit for Franzen. Gives Kearney their first point of the set here in set number 4. Grand Island Northwest leads sets 2-1 as Ellie Malin is back to serve.
Franzen's been doing great with their kills and serves throughout this entire game so far.
Into the net. Kearney's point. Kearney has it tied up 2-all. Ellie Malin back to serve once again. Tied at 2. Malin serve. Goes to the back row. That's an ace for Ellie Malin, giving Kearney the lead 3-2. Kearney with, I believe, 5 or 6 aces tonight. 4 of them coming right in a row from maybe Franzen. Ellie Malin adds her name to that list tonight as well. Malin, another short serve. Emma Talbert tries to block that. Doesn't quite get it back to their side of the net and falls on Kearney's side. Back to serve for the Vikings is Michaela Rhodes.
Good block from the Vikings, bringing it back to 3-3.
Rusher, the big dig. Kearney still able to get it over. Fletcher sets to Lohman. Lohman doesn't get it high enough over. Doesn't get it across that net as Kearney has the lead back again, 4-3. Kira Dutenhofer, a crowd favorite tonight from the student section. Cheering loud as Dutenhofer has had herself a night tonight. Franzen. Serve once again. As Kearney fans cheering very loud for that there. As Paige Milan with another hitting error today in this set as she doesn't quite get it over the net. Addison Helmbrecht heads to the substitution line. Will take out Paige Milan. Paige Milan will take a breather and regroup herself. Coach Tyson Anderson giving Paige a quick pep talk, telling her it's all right. We just need to move past it and move on. The libero serving for Grand Island Northwest. Dutenhofer digs that. Set to Dutenhofer, goes too far down the line, doesn't get over the net. As the Vikings take the lead 5-4. Back again to serve is Hannah Fletcher. Fletcher's serve goes to Worley. Ellie Malin sets to Emma Talbert. Talbert gets the hit, blocked though. Set outside to Lohman. Kearney able to get a hand on it. Nothing after though, and it falls to the ground, gives the Vikings a 6-4 lead. Fletcher to serve once again. Worley receives the serve. Ellie Malin sets to Franzen in the back row. Franzen serve, hit. Lohman's hit. Ellie Malin sets to Dutenhofer. Dutenhofer, what a dig by the Islanders. Michaela Rhodes got a hand on that. And a kill by Whitney Lohman. Kearney trying to regroup here, get something going. Worley gets the dig. Ellie Malin sets to Talbert. Talbert dug by Rhodes. Rhodes with the back row hit into the net. 5-7 lead for the Vikings. Checking in for the Bearcats, number 1, Ava Moore. She will be back to serve. Her first time checking in tonight. Her serve gets over. Kearney with the block. Northwest reacts in time though. Franzen with the diving dig, doesn't get anything on it. A kill for number 21, Avery Kershaw. Kearney trying to get things under control here. In the last set that they won, third set, they had started off strong. They have not quite done that here. So in the fourth set, Casper back to serve. Too strong of a serve, another service error for Grand Island Northwest. Kearney's got the lead. Kearney, does not have the lead, is down 6-8.
Kearney is closing the gap, however. Getting a little bit of momentum here.
Emma Talbert back to serve. Talbert serve. Rhodes digs it. Casper sets the outside to Lohman. Lohman's hit, gets the kill off the block. Kearney still trying to get some offense and defense going both sides here. The serve by Lohman. Worley. Ellie Malin. Kira Dutenhofer taps that one over, gets herself another point. Kearney down 7-9. Addie Moore in as well. Tatum Rusher back to serve. Tatum serve short into the net. One of the few service errors by Kearney today.
Northwest leads 10-7. Starting back to serve 14, Jankowski.
The serve by GI Northwest, too strong, another service error once again. Addison Helbrecht's gonna come in for Sophie Vanderbeek. Carson Worley to serve for the Bearcats. Worley's serve goes to Rhodes. Casper sets up, blocked by the Bearcats. Addie Moore. Ellie Malin. Double touch by Malin. Violation Kearney hasn't quite been able to get rid of here tonight. One of their more common violations, kind of just shot themselves in the foot in regards of how, anytime they have an opportunity, they just haven't quite gotten it. Set outside to Franzen. Franzen with the hit and the kill. Bearcats 9, Vikings 11. Here in set number 4, Talbert take out Addie Moore. Ellie Malin back to serve. Malin serve. Worley receives that hit. Ellie Malin sets to Franzen. Franzen just a light tap over. Vikings return the favor. Helmbrecht taps it over as well. Vikings scrambling to get over. Fletcher gives it over as a free ball. Talbert gets it to Malin. Malin dumps it over. Fletcher diving gets that one. Ellie Malin. Worley sets it up to Franzen. Franzen with the hit and the kill. Heading to the scores table, hitting the ESPN radio.
Rowdies are getting very wild right now.
Rowdies, a key part in keeping momentum here tonight. Ellie Malin back to serve again. Malin serve. Received by the Vikings. Set outside by two Rhodes. Ellie Malin still gets the hit on it. Talbert sends it over as a free ball. Fletcher. Kearney tries to block it, doesn't get it over back to their side, and it falls down and hits the Kearney side of the net. Kearney was successful in the third set with blocks, but has not been here so far in the fourth. Macy gets the serve. Malin serves, sets to Franzen. Franzen get the kill off the missed touch from Fletcher. Bearcats 11, Vikings 12. Kira Dutenhofer in for the Bearcats.
Bearcats haven't taken the lead very often in this set, but they are keeping it a very close game.
The set outside to Lohman. Malin sets it up to Franzen. Franzen with a back row hit. And the kill as no one's able to get another touch on it. Kearney's got it tied up at 12 apiece. Kearney's worked things back in. Franzen hot from the service line tonight. Can she maintain that? Franzen's hit into the net. Her serve ruins her streak. The broadcaster jinx will come into effect there. Carson Worley receives the serve. Malin sets to Talbert. Talbert with the hit. Wonderful dig by Northwest. Out of bounds, hit too strong. Back tied up at 13 apiece. Sophie Vanderbeek as well as Kelsey Dunbar. In the serve will be Kelsey Dunbar. Grand Island sets to Lohman on the near side. Block goes out of bounds. It'll be a Vikings point. Addison Helmbrecht comes back in for Dunbar. Back to serve is Casper for the Vikings. Casper, a few service errors, but relatively still a strong server. Ellie Malin sets to Dutenhofer. Dutenhofer with the hit. Kearney's going to get the point off a two-touch violation.
Tying it up again.
Dutenhofer with another wonderful kill, making the Vikings scramble. Back to serve will be Emma Talbert. Talbert's serve goes to Rhodes. Casper sets it to Lohman. Kearney able to keep it alive, get it over. Worley digs that. Ellie Malin sets to Dutenhofer. Dutenhofer with the kill!
Fantastic.
Kearney's got the
shot by
lead,
Dutenhofer.
15-14, and this crowd is going insane.
I think that might be the first lead of the Bearcats in this set.
The Bearcats have not had many leads, if at all, like you mentioned here in the fourth set.
Rowdies are getting very excited about this.
Emma Talbert back to serve. Talbert's serve goes to Fletcher. Casper sets it up. Worley receives the hit. Ellie Malin sets Dutenhofer once again. Dutenhofer with another kill. Dutenhofer having herself a night. Kearney's got the lead 16-14, and the Rowdy section is going insane. Rowdy section making themselves heard, making themselves a part of this game. And that'll be a timeout by the Vikings. Kearney's got themselves the lead 16-14 here in the fourth set. You're listening to the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. Back into the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. Kearney has himself a lead here in the fourth set, midway through that. Vikings with a 2-1 lead in sets. Emma Talbert back to serve. Casper sets it to the near side. Talbert, Franzen sets it off to Dutenhofer. Dutenhofer gets a touch on it. Worley. Ellie Malin sets it up for Dudenhofer. Dudenhofer gets another light touch just to get it over. Casper with a free ball, blocked by Vanderbeek, and what again? Another huge block. Miscommunication by Northwest and a rejection by Vanderbeek.
Bearcats keeping their momentum here, 17-14.
Emma Talbert back to serve. Talbert serve. Goes to the back row, gets to Rhodes. Casper sets the near side. The hit off the arm of Vanderbeek and hits the ground. Kearney still has a 2-point lead. Vikings up to 15. Lohman back to serve. Lohman serve. Worley gets to Malin. Dudenhofer's kill once again. She is having herself a night. I can't say that enough. Dudenhofer having a wonderful night as Tatum Rusher will come in for her. And Rusher will be back to serve. Rusher has her serve go be a bit of a missed touch by Northwest. Ellie Malin gets to Vanderbeek on the slide. Too strong though. Be out of bounds. 18-16 in favor of the Bearcats here in set number 4 again. Vikings lead sets 2-1. Kearney needs to win out. Served by Northwest. Franzen. Ellie Malin's hit goes out of bounds. Franzen able to react quickly enough to get that to Ellie Malin. Taylor Jakbowski still back to serve. Kearney will decide to take a timeout, trying to regroup things, maintain their lead, as we will take that timeout as well. You're listening to the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank.
Well, all my dreams are sweet.
Life is about waking up to a brand new dream. We're the local bank that's with you, wherever it leads, because we're more than a bank in Nebraska. We're Nebraska in a bank. Pinnacle Bank.
Welcome back to the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. We are here in a tight one, tightly contested here against the Bearcats, leading 18 to the Vikings 17 here in set 4. Kearney needs to win out on sets to win this evening. Kearney has won out, has come back in dramatic fashion previously this season on the road in Lincoln. Addie Moore with a miss hit, and that's a service ace for Taylor Jakowski, excuse me.
Brings the score back to a tie, 18-18.
Worley. Ellie Malin sets to Franzen. Franzen with the hit and the kill gives the lead back to the Bearcats, 19-18. Addison Helmbrecht coming back in will take out Sophie Vanderbeek. Carson Worley back to serve once again for the Bearcats. 19-18. Worley's serve goes to Lohman. Moore gets the dig. Set outside to Franzen. Franzen with a nice light touch. Ellie Malin still gets the ball over. The solo block by Franzen. Addie Moore gets the dig. Addie Helmbrecht with a self-error there, not putting enough force on that ball, doesn't get it over. We're tied at 19 apiece again. Kearney needs to calm down and regain the confidence that they have in themselves from that last set and hopefully walk away with a victory. Worley receives the serve. Ellie Malin sets out to Franzen. Franzen with a hard, heavy hit. Rhodes, her hit goes to Worley. Ellie Malin sets again to Franzen. Franzen with the kill on that line.
Franzen has been having a great game.
Kearney's maintaining this lead just a little bit, going back and forth between that tie and the lead. Emma Talbert back in for the Bearcats will take out Addie Moore. Ellie Malin's serve goes to Lohman. Worley can't get a touch on that, and that's a kill by number 20, McKenna Stopotki. For any of our Loper fans out there, Loper Volleyball wins in 3 sets with a clean sweep. Served by Rhodes. Rusher. Ellie Malin sets to Franzen. Franzen too high, out of bounds. The Vikings now have the lead, 21-20. Kearney fans wanted a touch, won't get it. Rhodes again back to serve. Kearney's going to call a timeout, regroup quickly, as we will take that break as well. You're watching the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. Back to the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. Here in the 4th set, Vikings have a 21-20 lead. Kearney needs to win this set here today to stay alive. Rhodes with the serve. Vikings have the lead, trying to close this game out. Worley with a missed touch and a service ace by Rhodes. Kearney's got to calm down and get these next few points. Vikings have a 2-point lead. Kearney, again, needs this set. Down in sets 2-1. Rhodes' serve. Rusher. Ellie Malin sets it up for Franzen. Franzen with a light tap over. Fletcher sets it up for Lohman. With the block by the Bearcats. Free ball over, coming from a miscommunication. Ellie Malin sets outside to Franzen. Franzen with a huge set and the kill. I don't know what's going on, but that should have been a Bearcat point already. You cannot set the point. It can't go over the net after hitting the sides, but it will not matter as Kearney still gets the point. It hit the ceiling, which should have been a dead ball, because you can't, if it hits the ceiling, you can't go over the net. It can stay on your side, but it can't go over the net. Regardless, Kearney still gets the point. I may be going crazy because no one else seemed to notice. Kearney still gets a hand on that. Franzen gets it over. A block, though, by the Vikings, 23-21. Kearney needs to get these next couple points. 4 straight to win it outright in this set without having to go to any extra points. Back to serve the libero, Fletcher. Kearney here in a tight set here in set number 4. The serve into the net. Kearney 22, Vikings 23. Paige Milan back to serve. Scratch that. Milan will be subbed out by Dunbar. Dunbar will be back to serve. Kelsey Dunbar. Serve to Fletcher. Lohman with the hit. Dunbar takes the dig. Ellie Malin sets to Dudenhofer. Dudenhofer with a monster hit. Set to Lohman on the near side. Ellie Malin hit in the face. Vikings 24, Bearcats 22. Casper and Berman. Casper to serve.
Bearcats are under a lot of pressure right now.
Ellie Malin still in the game. Rowdy's getting loud, trying to give their support to the Bearcats, trying to get them back into the set point for the Vikings. Game point, excuse me. Worley, Ellie Malin sets to Dudenhofer. Dudenhofer with the hit out of bounds. Vikings win 25-22 in 4 sets. Vikings will take this one again, 3-1. We are going to take a quick break. We'll be back with our post-game recap. You're watching the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank.
There's no place quite like our middle of everywhere. We're the bank that'll help you celebrate everything it brings. Because we're more than a bank in Nebraska. We're Nebraska in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
Bearcat Sports Network brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. Kearney loses in 4 sets, 3-1. Kearney really shot themselves in the foot for the most part anytime something went wrong today. They plenty of hitting errors to start at the beginning of the game, losing the first set 25-11. Just really set themselves off not on a great foot. GI Northwest wins that first set. They win the second set as well, but Kearney have brought that set in much closer. So Kearney, you could see the improvement from set 1 to set 2, and then again from set 2 to set 3, where Kearney was able to get their one set of the night, looking amazing with a 25-17 win. So Kearney again doesn't quite get the night that they hoped for. Regardless, it still is something they're gonna have to move on for. They had bright points in this game. Again, that third set they looked amazing and unstoppable. The fourth set they looked pretty solid. Same with the second set. The first set was really the only time they didn't have something great going on for them, with just plenty of hitting errors, with their hitting percentage not being very high in that first set. Again, coming back, they're gonna have to do a lot. They're gonna have to do a lot better going into the next games, and they can't have what they had heading in with that first set. They got to start off a lot stronger, and they can't start the way they did, as their next game will be home against Lincoln Southwest on Thursday. That game will not be streamed. Actually, I take that back. It will be streamed on the Kearney High YouTube page. If we are not streaming on Strive, check that YouTube page to see if they're streaming on the Huddle Focus camera. It will not have a complete broadcast like we do here. But then again, that will be Thursday against Lincoln Southwest, with a start time of roughly 6:30, depending on how the JV game goes. But for us this week, our next game will be the Friday home opener for football against Fremont. And so again, that will be the home opener on Friday. Hopefully, we are shooting to have our pregame start at 6:45. We will hope to be up and running by then. But until then, we will not have the game Thursday. And I guess I should also say this: to keep up to date with Kearney High athletics and activities, follow at Kearney Bearcats on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter for final scores and game day graphics, and for streaming information. If a streaming link is not put out by that Kearney Bearcats account, double check with someone at the school first to avoid any spam and potentially harmful links that you may go to. But again, tonight, my name is Mitchell Brandt. Alongside me tonight was Benaya. Our producer was Ryan, and our director was Mason for his first time a part of the crew. But for all of us here at Bearcat Sports Network, we thank you for listening. We thank you for watching. We'll see you Friday.